Ooh, that thing's sweet. I don't. And I don't have no water. Okay, I definitely ain't gonna be on here long. Anybody here? Oh, I got a little bit of water. I know y'all gonna get sick of me doing that. Ooh, what's that? Jesus. Hey, Empress Yaya. Oh, okay, so this phone is charged up. We're gonna wait till a few more people come in. I know it takes forever for YouTube to send out the notifications, which is so irritating. Did I break this nail? I need to do my nails for one thing. I'm doing good. How you doing? Yeah, it takes people. It takes. I don't know what YouTube be doing with these notifications, and I can't just commit to a regular schedule. I don't. I just don't want to. And I thought that's what they had notifications for. So when you decide to go live, they would, give your people the information and they would know that you're live. But they do what they want to do. I think I need to scooch. It feel like y'all up in my face. I don't want this box to fall. I don't know what I did with my um phone holder. I don't know what I did with it. Maybe it's in the car. And the car is gone. My husband went to work. Um, software update. Later. Later. Okay. Yeah, usually I will get a notification for a few people that I watch. And normally by the time I get a notification and click in, it seems like the live had just started. You know what I mean? So that means that I got a notification in time. I don't know what's going on with why is it not moving? I don't know what's going on with okay, this phone is tripping. I don't know what's going on with the notifications for I just don't know. Like, if you don't know what's going on, you can't fix it. And I guess YouTube is one of those things that you can't fix it. You just have to will you lay down, little hair? You just have to kind of deal with what's going on. If you're not one of the, really big YouTubers, you just have to deal with what's going on. And I really believe that, that's kind of where I am at that point. At this point, I just have to kind of deal with whatever is going on with YouTube. And if, people show up, they show up. And if they don't, they just don't. But I do want to, cause see, I just got a notification that somebody else is live, and this person I don't even really follow them like that, so I don't even know why I would get, oh, well, that was from my sister. I don't even know why I would get a notification about someone that I don't even watch. Um, I don't know, Eminem. I don't know you, and I have no clue. I don't know you. I don't know what you did, and I'm not talking about rituals today. So I'm not really sure. That's like one of those things that, like really irritate me is when you're on live and people just come in with their own, like you have your own agenda. Like, I want to ask you something and you supposed to just answer my question. For one thing, I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know what you did. So how am I supposed to answer your question? And why would I? Why would I answer a question for somebody that I don't know? I don't even have a clue as to who you are. You don't even, like you don't even watch my channel. I don't even know you. You're not even one of my regular subscribers or anything. So why would I answer your question? Especially something that I'm not even talking about. I could see if that was on topic. Like, I haven't even started my topic yet, and you just came in with your own agenda. So, and your agenda ain't what we talking about. Yeah, we just got here. We just like saying hi to each other. So let me get into what I'm talking about. So yesterday, I got a comment, and let's see, can I read it? Where did I read it? I think I had to go to my email to read it, and I'm not really sure why the comment got blocked on YouTube. I don't really know why it got blocked because it didn't have any um like the comment didn't have any curse words in it or anything, but it did. Part of the comment got blocked, but this is the part that I was able to read. It said, with all due respect, there are so many women of color, black women, that have gone missing. It's unfortunate no one uses their platform to bring awareness. This missing white woman syndrome is real. Now, the rest of the comment, I would have to go into my email, and I don't think I can do it from here because I'm on my iPhone. Yeah, I can't do it from here. But the person insinuated that I never talk about. Well, maybe she wasn't directing the comment directly to me, even though you're leaving the comment on my channel. And if you're leaving the comment on my channel, then you're directing the comment to me. And then to say, with all due respect, you're trying to lessen your judgment by saying, with all due respect. Now, this case with Gabby Petito has been a very big case in the news, on social media. I'm pretty sure this case went international. The case is still ongoing. If you did not hear, they did find human remains yesterday, and of course, they haven't come out and said 100% because the remains have to go to the coroner, and all of that process they have to go through before they can say 100% that it is her. But people have to understand, for one thing, I have a small channel here on YouTube. This is not CNN or CNBC, NBC or ABC or any of the huge news outlets that you should be asking that question too, because my channel only reaches a very small amount of people. Now, I have talked about any case that, that comes around that gets a lot of attention. I talk about it. And if you have watched the video previous to the comment that she made, I talked about in depth the white privilege surrounding this case. We all know that white women, young, pretty, blonde haired, blue eyed white women are missing. They will get the attention of the world. Because, for one thing, if you read any of the comments, since they have found Gabby, if you read any of the comments, you will see how people are saying things like, oh, well, this what America lost a daughter. This is America's sweetheart. Even the police officer, I don't know if he was like in part of the FBI, because the FBI is included in, the investigation. The FBI and local police enforcement is included in this case. Even when the police officer got up at the press conference and said that they had found human remains and they're pretty sure that it was Gabby, he was choked up and, looked like he was about to cry. And, these people are not supposed to have a personal attachment to these cases. When you get a police officer, getting up looking like he about to cry and stuff, they lost one of their own. And someone made, let me read you this other comment that was made after I had posted on my community wall, because this person really, like, that comment really irritated me. So I said, it's always the people that don't watch my videos with the most shit to say. If you have a problem, y'all back the phone ring. If you have a problem with me talking about a missing white woman, why don't you bring awareness on your channel? YouTube is free. You can speak about anything you choose. This is just a case that many were speaking about, and I decided to talk about it. I'm always speaking on black issues, but my channel is not based on solving missing cases, black or otherwise. So, this was one of the comments that I got to what I said. It says, "You say it, girl. What difference does it make what color you are? That's ridiculous. Unless you actually hate us," and she capitalized the you in us, white people. And then a question, why? So obviously the person that left that comment was white. Now let me say this. No one hates, well, some people hate white people. I don't hate white people, but there there is a difference between how white people are handled with the police, how white people are viewed, how white people are treated when they come up missing or hurt or dead, compared to black people. And if you don't understand that comparison, then, or that difference, or the difference in the way that we are treated, yes, black people do not get all of the attention. And then if they found her dead, they wouldn't have been saying, oh, well, that's America's sweetheart and all of this kind of stuff. Had that been a black girl missing, they would have went into her family's history. Oh, her dad was a drug addict. He left her when she was, 5 years old. Her mom was a single parent. She worked at the local Circle K, but you didn't hear anything about Gabby's family. I don't know who Gabby mama worked for, who her daddy worked for. I do know that she came from, a split household. Like her, looks like her mom was remarried, so she had a stepfather, and then looks like her dad was remarried, so she had a stepmother. But you don't hear like who her father works for, who her mom works for. You didn't hear anything about her family. And the only thing you heard about Gabby, the only reason why mental health was brought up in this situation with Gabby is because she said it herself in the interview with the police. But you heard things like beautiful, young, free spirited, loving, caring. They brought up the fact that she sent postcards to her nephews while she would be on these trips. They brought up all of the good things about her. Now, had that been someone black missing, that wouldn't have happened. So it is real. It's not hatred for white people, it's just the truth. And it's just knowing that white privilege is real and black people have experienced it so much that when we see it happen, more black people are starting to call it out. But because you're white, you don't realize what white privilege is because you've lived that life for so long that, that's all you know. You've never lived the life of a black person, and you've never cared that when things happen to black people, we are handled differently than you. You don't really care about that because you know deep down in your heart that shit will never happen to you. You will never be disrespected like that. Never. Because you're white. And if you're a blonde haired, blue eyed, pretty white woman, never will that kind of shit touch you. Because you will always be treated differently. And we see that. So it's not hatred, it's real. But in my case, don't come over here telling me, it's people, black people. I know it's black girls missing. I know it is, but I'm talking about this white girl. I've always been down for black people. That's why I'm on here talking about different religions that black people don't normally hear about because Christianity is shoved down your throat so much. I'm for black people. Always have been and always will be. But that doesn't mean that I can't talk about a missing white girl. Like when someone asked me, was I going to, pull a card and do a reading and, see if I can find her? No, for what? No, I'm not. That's the police job. That ain't my job. You didn't see me out there looking for her. Oh, they asked me, would I ask my ancestors to look for her? No, because my ancestors would have been like, let her ancestors find her. So, if I want to talk about this situation because it's an interesting case, let me talk about it because I can chew gum and walk at the same time. Just because I'm out here seeing what happened to Gabby, don't mean I don't still love my people. Now, if a case comes up and it's a black girl and it's interesting and stuff, I'm gonna talk about that. But my channel is, it's not really, my channel is not just based on news. We talked about that for a few days because it was interesting, but this is not a news channel. So I just kind of wanted to um, get that off my chest because it irritated me. Because I feel like it's always people that don't know me or come in and watch one video and form an opinion based on that one video. when I am a hugely multifaceted person. And if you want to form an opinion on everything. Don't just pick one video and form an opinion about somebody. Look, like, at least watch 5 or 6 videos, or jump in a live to see like who that person is before you form an opinion about them. Ask it, girl. I was like, I'm not about to ask my ancestors nothing. What I'm gonna look like asking my ancestors? Will they go and look for some white girl? They're gonna be like, what? Go look for who? No, we not. I mean, I wouldn't even ask them that. I would that would never be something that I'm going to ask my ancestors for. Now, if you feel comfortable going to your ancestors asking them about something like that, then go. You are more than welcome to do that, because I did see, a white woman on there pulling cards, and I mean, she must have pulled about 50 cards. I was like, God damn, girl. How many cards you gonna pull? I mean, I think this was a 40-minute video. She was pulling some cards, okay? She was trying to get them answers together, but she was white. She was white. And she said that she was asking her ancestors to help her find Gabby. That's the right person to do it. That's the exact right person to do it. Cause y'all ancestors may have been y'all could have been related for all you know. Y'all ancestors, y'all all on the same wavelength. I don't believe that my ancestors, are really going to be out here looking for white people. My ancestors are from the South. They done been through some shit. And white people are the last people that they gonna be out here trying to help get together. I'm not even gonna put them in that position to ask them. I'm not. They probably related. And if they not related, they still Caucasian. So they can help they can find her. Well, they found her. The police found her. They are really thinking that it's her. But now the boyfriend is still missing. Well, the dude, because he wasn't her boyfriend. Because no real boyfriend or fiance or friend, no friend is going to leave you and then drive home, go on a trip with you, and then leave you, and then drive home and not tell your family or anybody where you are. They're not going to do that. That wasn't your friend to begin with. He wasn't your fiance. He was a dude. He was a mentally ill dude. Because no one in their right mind kills anybody unless it's seriously self defense. And I don't think this was a case of self defense. I don't. Because he could have got away from her. He had ample opportunity to get away from her. And she had ample opportunity to get away from him. And they didn't get away from each other. They went back to each other some kind of way. And she had the van. When the police split them up, she had the van. She could have left him then. She went back and got him. And when she went back and got him, something horrible happened. But he was not her friend, because if he was, he never would have hurt her. Even if it was an accident, like I said before, they got into it and it was an accident and he pushed her, because there are freak accidents where you can push somebody and they can fall and hit their head or something, and knock them unconscious. You should still call an ambulance, call the authorities, stay there with them, explain what happened. Even if that person dies, you don't look as guilty, because at least you called and got help for them. You tried to help them. But to leave them, even if it was an accident, to leave them there because you thought they were dead. They may not have been dead, but you thought they were dead. Like they were bleeding, hit their head. You thought they were dead. You really thought, oh my God, I done messed up. And you leave them, then you become a person of interest. You don't love that person. Like you don't even like that person. Like if I run up on a stranger and say, for instance, this happened to me and my friend one time. We were driving and a guy clipped a motorcycle. He clipped a guy on a motorcycle. A car clipped a guy on a motorcycle. The car kept going. The motorcyclist flipped over, like flipped and was like rolling literally down the street. He fell off the bike flipped, and he was, rolling. He had on a helmet. The car that hit him kept going. We stopped. We stopped. We were behind, what happened. Other cars just kind of like went around him, and like kept going. We stopped. I put on my hazard lights. We immediately called the police. We checked on the young man. He was on the ground. He was coherent. We were telling him not to move because it looked like his leg or something might have been broken. We stayed there with him until the police got there. We were able to give a description of the car and, tell the police what happened and stuff. I didn't know this dude. I could have kept going. I had somewhere to go. Literally, I should have been picking up my children from the daycare. But we stayed with him until the ambulance got there. I didn't even know him. But I had compassion. So I just don't understand how Brian could have lived with Gabby for, all of this time. They've known each other since high school. They were high school friends. And you kill her. I just don't understand how people do that. Yeah, Phoenix said, what are white spiritualists doing for us besides stealing from us? Attempting to whitewash the Orishas, giving false information. You know, in all of these groups, everything that they say about the Orisha and the Loa is so wrong. Like, I hate to see, and please, my white subscribers, please understand that I'm very sensitive when it comes to African spirituality. And I'm going to say this, and it may hurt your feelings, but it's not. If you're not one of these people, then please don't take don't take this to heart. If you're not one of these people and you don't practice African spirituality, you don't even really understand African spirituality, don't take this to heart. But I'm going to say this: the majority of white people who are teaching voodoo, Santeria, any of the African spiritual traditions, the majority of them are teaching them wrong. And I hate to see black people looking to white people for this type of information, because I don't care how much they say they have a connection to voodoo, they don't. 9 times out of 10, they don't. Because the majority of them that are talking have never had a real reading. They don't feel like they have to have a reading. And if you have not been formally introduced to the Orisha, they don't know you. They don't know you at all. And there are some people who don't have a problem in Africa, who don't have a problem initiating white people, but at least those white people who feel like they want to be initiated that go to Africa, at least they are doing it the correct way. They're not just getting some book information and then thinking that they know every Orisha, they know the Loa, they know how to do certain things. Now, if you are white and you are willing to pay that 20 or $30,000, or however much they charge you to go, to Africa, to really sit down with a real priest, to Nigeria, because they do it a lot in Nigeria. If you are willing to do it that way, you're willing to do it the correct way, and you have a Babalao or you have a priest who is teaching you, then that's different. But if you're just some random ass white people person, you know, um, with a couple of books that you can buy on Amazon, because everybody can buy books on Amazon about the Orisha, but that does not mean that you have a direct connection to the Orisha. You just don't. Yes, Phoenix, drive home in your van, a van that is not even registered to you. Like, you took my van and left me for dead. Well, in this case, not left me for dead, but left me dead. You took my van. And the crazy thing is, the van had been abandoned. Another YouTuber who was in that park, in that state park, has a picture of the van, looked like it had been abandoned. He obviously went back and got it, though. But they said it looked like nobody was in it. They saw that it had Florida license plates and everything, but they were on their way to like another campsite when they saw her van. So he did, and that's where her body was found, not too far from where her van was parked in this YouTuber's video. This is a boba. You see the boba balls? This is a green apple slushy with popping boba from Quickly. Because it's super sweet. They good, but they sweet. So Russell Shields said, My own girl is mad at me because she said my ancestors should have her back too. I've been trying to tell her it doesn't work that way. It's breaking my relationship up, but I think it's for the better. Why would she get mad at you when she has her own ancestors? Why is she mad at you because she wants your ancestors to protect her when she has her own ancestors? Does she not understand that she has her own ancestors? She doesn't have to rely on yours. And if she doesn't understand that, then maybe, maybe y'all shouldn't be in a relationship. I mean, because that's an easy fix. Tell her you have your own ancestors, sweetheart. Why should my ancestors have to take care of you when you have your own? We all have our own ancestors. And I know y'all can't be related if y'all in a relationship together unless y'all doing some incest type stuff. The only way that your ancestors would have to protect her is if y'all related. She has her own. So you need to tell her that. I told her she has to reach out to her own ancestors. I think it's like a jealousy issue. She knows I'm not alone and I truly think it bothers her. Sound like you need to get a new girlfriend. That's what it sounds like to me. Cause I wouldn't be wasting my time on something like that. She out here tripping off your. It's too much stuff going on in the world for somebody to be tripping off the fact that my ancestors are protecting me and they don't have to protect you. That's childish. Yeah, I don't understand why it is that white people feel the need. I have never understood it, and I never will. I don't understand why white people feel the need to want to be a child of Oshun or practice Ifa or practice voodoo. I've never understood that. Like your ancestors your ancestors didn't like it. Your ancestors ain't gonna they're never gonna want to um deal with that kind of stuff because they was with the shits back in the day. Your ancestors were the one that forced our ancestors to do stuff out in the woods and in secret and use codes and all kind of. That's why this religion is so secretive now, because it had to be, because we was trying to do shit on the under to keep your ancestors from beating our asses. But now you want to be on the inside of the loop and part of the in crowd, and I just don't get it. I never will. I, you know, I can't open myself up to understand that. I won't understand it. I'm not going to. And I know that that makes some people mad, but you just gonna have to be mad at me. I'm from a totally different generation. I'm not with it, and I know my ancestors not. Gloria said, "Would the spiritual Black Americans of 1873 be outraged that now half of America's black babies in 2021 are decapitated in the womb? Would they be disgusted by black leaders who look the other way?" Where is half of America's black babies being decapitated? I ain't never heard of that. I haven't heard of that. Yeah, Russell, I think it's time for you to find you another girlfriend, sweetheart. because that kind of childishness, it doesn't stop. It's that issue today, and then later on it'll be something else. But the decapitation of black babies, I ain't never heard of that. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, we're not gonna go there. We're not doing that. You gotta go someplace else with that, Gloria, because I don't get into those political debates. I don't care. I really don't. I'm not going to, you know, go. I don't want to do that. Okay, Gloria. Yeah, I'm frightened. Girl, bye. Yeah, I'm scared, girl. Thank you, Phoenix. Thanks. As a matter of fact, Phoenix, if you can you just go ahead and block her? Cause I'm not getting into that. She can tell her to go to CNN or MSNBC and have that conversation with Don Lemon. Uh, Girl, don't nobody have time to be talking about that kind of stuff. Those are not things that I even like to talk about on this channel. That's not my ministry. That ain't it. So we're not even going to do that. But let's get back to um, Gabby and the boyfriend. I think it's extremely annoying, especially when like you jump into somebody's life and you see that they already have a conversation going about something and then you bring your own agenda. Like, girl, go to hell. Um, Gabby and her boyfriend. So, do we think that Brian is still alive? Do you think Brian is on the run, or do you think he didn't ended it because he know he going to jail? Cause today they went up in Brian's mama and daddy house and they tore their house up. Okay, they even escorted his parents out the house so that they could go through their house with a fine tooth comb. And you know how when the police and the FBI come to your house, they be emptying drawers and flipping mattresses and just going through it, taking pictures all up in the shed, in the backyard. They had a aerial footage of the house. They got one of them nice houses in Florida, but I know a lot of people have that in Florida where the pool is enclosed. They have like that enclosed pool area and then still have a nice backyard. Like that, his parents has a nice house in Florida. But they were showing like these aerial shots of the parents' house, showing the parents being escorted out the house and everything. You know, I think his mama and daddy know where he is. They may not know exactly where he is, but they have an idea. So at this point, I'm pretty sure that they have the phones tapped, or they're tracing phone calls. They probably done pulled all the phone records and everything. And if mom and daddy been talking to him, the police is going to know. And if he is still alive, they're going to find him. So I'm not really sure yet um if he's still alive. Like, I haven't even really tapped into this case like that. I knew Gabby was dead. You know, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure out Gabby was dead. I knew she was gone because the way her mother said they talked all the time, and when she stopped hearing from her, she knew that it was something wrong. And when he showed back up at the house without Gabby, I was like, oh, he didn't kill that girl. So I looked on her Instagram, and her comments on her Instagram have been turned off. His, when I looked yesterday, his comments were still on, but her comments are not, and they're probably going to, um, like delete her Instagram after they, the police finished doing their investigation or whatever. They'll probably delete her Instagram because there are people who are saying stuff like Brian is innocent, and they're saying that Gabby was an abuser, and you know all kind of stuff, that he didn't do anything to her, or what happened to her was basically her fault. Like, they Instagram, social media is a crazy place. And people say some, um, damn, that vacuum cleaner. People say some really heinous things. So, right now, I don't know. They gave him a lot of time to escape. The police did. And it wasn't a press conference, but one of the police officers did a interview, and he basically said they couldn't call him in for questioning because there was no crime. Just because Gabby was missing didn't mean that the boyfriend had committed a crime, even though they were together. It still wasn't a crime. So now that Gabby is missing, is dead, maybe they're going to say now that a crime has been committed, and they can get a warrant for his arrest. But they said before that, he being a person of interest does not mean that they can just, haul you in to the police station and question you. Like, this police officer was saying that people watch too much TV. And of course, the way that they do things on TV is not the way that, police officers actually handle cases. So, in that time, Brian and his family had an opportunity to get rid of evidence, and he has had enough opportunity to get out of Dodge. I'm watching something live, and it looked like, did they find somebody? Like, it's showing these people on four wheelers, like driving through this area, and it's like a whole lot of other people there, but it's no sound. So I don't know if they found something, and it's like next to the water, and I don't know if they found something in the water. But if they did, we all know that if they find Brian and he dead, um, we know he killed himself. And if he did, he gonna take them secrets to his grave with him, because he probably ain't gonna leave like why he did it or what. Girl, not only do they bust in like Rambo, they but I'm going to forever believe that first time when they stopped Gabby and her boyfriend, had that been Gabby and Daquan, even though Daquan had the scratches and stuff on his face, he'd have got his butt kicked and he'd have went to jail. And then they would have been like, yeah, Daquan's mama used to be a crackhead, and Daquan didn't grow up with his daddy, and he didn't graduate from high school. I mean, his sister lived in the projects. They would have went through the whole gamut. Either they would have beat Daquan's ass, or killed him. The dash cam footage of them talking to Daquan, that wouldn't have never been released, because you not about to, no, we not about to let you see us beating Daquan's ass. And then they would have made poor little Gabby look like what they're calling poor little, you know, America's sweetheart. America lost an angel. I mean, some of the comments that these people are posting, like, don't none of us know this girl. We don't know her. What if what plot twist? What if Gabby was crazy and tried to kill Brian, and he got the jump on her? Plot twist: Gabby could have been crazy all along. But because we look at these pretty blonde haired, blue eyed girls as sweet and innocent, she was a free spirit. She was loving. What if she was crazy? What if she was just crazy and really tried to kill him, and like she flipped out and tried to kill him, and in him attempting to like hold her, or restrain her or whatever, she fell and hurt herself, and he just left her. Now he wrong for leaving her. He's wrong for leaving her. Even if she flipped out and went 5150 on his ass, he was still wrong for leaving her. But what if she initiated this whole situation? She went buck the fuck crazy, and they got into altercation, because he did say they had been getting into it all day. So Gabby had the potential to go off. She wasn't that little. No one is that. No one is the person that they present on social media. Like, you're not gonna see me on days when I'm cuckoo cuckoo. I get crazy. I'm not violent. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not aggressive. But I will cuss you out in a heartbeat. I'm known for cussing out people on social media. But I don't get on here and be cussing and acting a fool and stuff, but I will. So, what if Gabby went crazy and he was trying to hold her and keep her from, scratching and clawing and kicking? Because you know how some just people just be out here just crazy, crying and swinging and kicking and carrying on. And then he tried to like hold her, and maybe he just choked the shit out of her. He got tired of her punching him and stuff, and he just choked the shit out of her. We don't know what happened. We know something happened though. Yeah, she was crying and acting all hysterical. Maybe she was crazy. We don't know that. But we know what he did was wrong. Like, he shouldn't have left her. Even if they did get into a fight or whatever, I'm not saying, oh, let me clear this up because y'all about to be on social media talking about, yeah, almost Shun said he should have killed her. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying no matter what happened, he should not have left her there alone. He should not have killed her, of course. But I am saying she could have been crazy. They could have got into an altercation. Who knows who started what? Because I'm not going to always say that it's always the man that is the aggressor, because women can be aggressive too. Cute little blonde haired, blue eyed white girls can be aggressive too. She could have been a crazy Karen from the jump and did something like her mouth wrote a check her ass couldn't cash, and she did something to Brian, and Brian sent her home to her maker. Brian sent her to be with the Lord because she wrote a check and Brian cashed it, and now she's sitting at home with the Lord. That could have happened. He should not have left her though. Please understand that no matter what happened, he was supposed to have been her boyfriend. He was her fiance, and he was supposed to have been her boyfriend. So no matter what happened, he should have stayed with her. He should, if it got that bad, he should have called the police. You do not leave anybody to die. I don't care what you did to me. If I'm able to call the police, I'm gonna call, even if I have to get away from you and like go up the street or whatever and wait for the police to come. At least I'm going to take the police to where you are. Yeah, he hurt. I knocked the hell out of him. I bust that head to the white meat. But let me show you where I put him. That's gonna happen. So no, he should not have left her. He should have stayed with her. Even that's your friend. Even if I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, we went there together. I'm not about to just leave you dead. And she been dead for a minute. Like, she didn't just die yesterday. She been up there for a minute. I'm pretty sure. Wait a minute, y'all. Did they find something? Did they find something in their water? They looking around the water. I probably need to go to another channel. Cause this live don't have no volume. Don't have no let me see if I can find another one. Um is this it? No. Um you don't just leave a person to die. But when you panic, you kill somebody and you panic and you leave and you thinking about going to jail, block that person. Block them Phoenix. Don't just I don't see any more lives. Don't just delete their messages, block them. Thank you. Yeah, they are waiting, but I mean, there's really the autopsy will show like okay, I don't see anything online. The autopsy will show what happened. You know what I mean? Thank you, Phoenix. The autopsy will show. Can I go back to the thing? Um, like what happened, what it was, like what really happened, how long she's been dead, all of that kind of stuff. Cause it looks like they found her not too far from. Oh, okay. It looks like they found her. Is that live? No. I'll turn that on. Looks like they found her not too far from where the van was parked, where those YouTubers saw the van. That's where it looks like they found her. Not too far from there. Okay, Empress. So, um, yeah, it's like God, trolls are so stupid. Um, when the autopsy comes out, it'll just give the police information, but then they'll have forensic evidence or DNA evidence or whatever that could tie her death to Brian, because he don't really seem too smart. I mean, I'm pretty sure Brian is not like a serial killer. I don't think Brian, like I think this is probably the first time that Brian has killed somebody. I don't think Brian is just out here killing people. That's why I really think something just went wrong. Like they got into an altercation, because it really does seem like they were in a very toxic relationship. Yeah, cause of death is key. That's true. That's true too. She could have been killed by a bear, because they did say that bears are prevalent in wolves. Bears and wolves are prevalent in that park. So she could have been like, I hate you. You're so stupid. I'm just going to leave you. And, went off in the woods like we be seeing white girls just be walking out in the woods by themselves. And a bear was like, oh my God, there's my dinner. And got her and ate her ass up and just left enough for the police to identify. But bears don't normally do that though. If a bear gets you, it don't be shit to identify us, especially if it's a female and she's hungry and she has to feed her cubs and stuff. It ain't They ain't not gonna leave much to identify you with. But it could have been wolves, it could have been anything. Or she could have committed suicide. She could have said, I'm just so sick and tired of us going through this. I'm just going to kill myself. And he probably was like, yeah, right. And he probably stayed in the van, and she went on out there and killed herself. And so when she didn't come back after a couple of hours, he went out there looking for her and found her ass dead, and he just got on back in the van and just drove home. She out there dead. Now he could have called somebody and said, look, this girl then killed herself. Let me take you to where she at. But he was like, nah, shit, she killed herself. That's on her. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't gonna tell nobody. I'm gonna go on and live my life. That could have happened. Anything could have happened. She could have been like, leave me alone. I hate you. I don't even want to be with you no more. Who knows? Because she seemed like that, hysterical, crying type. And she probably cried her ass out there in that wilderness. And then wolves heard her crying. And they came right on to her and tore her ass up. A wolf, a bear, because bears don't play. The bear would tear your. Oh my God! I saw this show. I stopped watching this show because it was horrible. But this lady and her son went on a hike. This was like this made like the news and everything because they said it was one of the worst bear attacks ever recorded in this park. So this woman and her son went on a hike and they encountered a damn bear. The bear mauled the mama, and they was like the mama was telling the son to try to get away, and the bear was like, oh, you gonna try to get away, let me give you something too. So the bear had been damn near killed the mama. I think she bled out, and then the bear caught the son and got him, ripped his ass to shreds, not quite to shreds though. And this man walked up, like heard them screaming. He was hiking on another trail, and the bear was like, "Oh, you want some too?" Got off the son who lived to tell this story, and the bear killed the man. So that's three victims. So this group of people were like hiking on another trail and heard them screaming, and they was like, let's go see what's going on. I hear some people screaming. You know how white people are. And they run up on the situation and they ass get. The bear was just like, I will kill everybody in this park. Every damn person gonna die today. They said that bear attacked so many damn people, killed 4 or 5 people, and attacked some other people. Some people haven't had enough sense to run and was able to get away from the bear. But the mama died, the son lived. The man that was trying to help, he died. The bear, they said the bear was like psychotic. The bear mind snapped and was just like out here killing everybody in that damn park. Do you hear me? I mean, that bear was going off. So that made me scared of bears. Like when I saw that show, at first I was like, oh, bears don't really be attacking people like that, or they do give you warning. But no, I just realized they don't give you no warning. If they can get close enough to you, they'll beat your ass. So I'm cool with bears. Brown, black, it don't matter. Polar bears, they say polar bears are as aggressive or more aggressive than brown bears, and brown and black. I don't mess with no kind of bears. If it ain't a teddy bear, I don't want it. I don't want no parts of it. And I don't even really like teddy bears like that. So after I saw that, I was like, oh, I'll never go anywhere that have bears. Plus, when you go and you're like camping in areas that have bears, like you have to know how to store your food, your poop, pee, all that kind of stuff, because that stuff will attract bears to your. I am so cool. I don't want to go anywhere with bears. If they tell me bear, no, I don't want to do it. It's certain areas in California that you can go camping and it's, bear country. So I'm cool. I'm not messing with no bears. You late, Naya. You girl, you late. You 69 minutes late, girl. We've been here for a minute. So what if she got mad at Brian and called herself, I'ma just go out here and go camping by myself. Fuck you, Brian. You can just take that van and go to hell. And Brian was like, all right then, well, I'm gonna sleep here. And she put her little backpack on with her pink spray and her little Louis Vuitton purse, and she just went a hiking. And once she got out there, Bear got her and knocked the hell out of her. What if that happened? And we all out here mad as hell at Brian, saying Brian did it. Brian is a low down dog, and it was a bear the whole time. What if? Because it's got to be something. I don't know. Now, Brian is guilty of leaving her there by herself. But, plot twist. She said, Brian, I hate you. I don't ever want to see you again. You can keep that van. I don't give a damn. I'm leaving. And she left. And Brian was like, don't go out there, girl. Let's go someplace else because, this area, the bears and the wolves and stuff can be in this area. Now, they all screaming at each other and she all hysterical and crying and, pheromones is being, broadcast out into the air. And they said, bear can smell you 2 miles away. And the bear's like, is that white girl I smell? Yeah, it's white girl. Smells like a guy too, but I don't care. I love white girls. And the bear got her. And Brian heard her screaming. And she was like, Brian, help me, a bear. Oh my God. Ah! And then you hear the bear. And Brian was like, oh shit. Brian wasn't one of them crazy white people that runs towards danger. Brian was one of them white people that's like, ain't no bear gonna maul me. And Brian got in the van and drove off. And just, in the bear, what if? We don't know. Now we all mad at Brian. People standing outside Brian mama and daddy house. The police then ran all up and through Brian mama and daddy house. They probably all at the police station and everything. And this whole time it was a damn bear. No, I don't know. We didn't all convicted Brian. In our minds, Brian did this. But what if the coroner's report come back and it was a animal, a bear? Like, they find a whole bear fingernail and bear teeth and hair and bear hair and stuff all on the body. And they know it was a bear. What if? Because if it was a bear, bears leave, they have distinguishing claw marks and teeth bites and all kind of stuff, so they gonna know it was a bear. Could have been a bear. And everybody outside Brian's house, they got signs and everything. It was like a witch hunt. Where is she? Where's Gabby? I mean, white women was out there screaming and hollering on bullhorns and stuff. But I bet you this. I bet you if they find out it was a bear, all them people that wanted to beat Brian's ass because they thought Brian did it, I bet you they ain't gonna go in that wilderness looking for that bear that killed her. I bet you a fat baby they won't do that. They gonna be like, oh shit, it was a bear. They ain't going to the woods and look for that bear. I bet you they won't avenge her death. Girl, they ain't gonna go there looking for that bear. They gonna be like, oh shit, a bear killed her. Oh my God. Let's go home. Come on, Susie, let's go home. So I don't know, honey. I don't know. I mean, I really believe. I mean, hopefully, when. Oh, wait. The dark goddess. Hey family, we have new family. Join join us. Her name is Sonia Hardy. She is a little down. Come on in, let's cheer her up. Wait a minute. Who was that came in last week and said that their daughter was having a baby? Who was that, y'all? Sonia, what's the matter? Where's Sonia at? I don't see Sonia. Hey, Tina. Girl, that is not true. You cannot talk to a bear. You can't talk them down. Once they're aggressive, that's it. You can't. Oh, okay. Aboriginal goddess. Oh well, I hope you feel better. You can't talk a bear down. Once they, if the bear is aggressive, that's it. You can't. Can't hear too. Oh, once a bear gets aggressive, you can't talk them down. That's it. They on your ass. So your best bet is not to even come in contact with a bear, not to even put yourself in a position. You know, there have been some cases where people have said, you could try to make yourself appear bigger than the bear, but bears are big. I ain't trying that. I'm not putting myself. Dang, some little water fell on my shirt. I'm not. Okay, wait, y'all. Okay, have you ever had a popping boba? Because okay, so a popping boba is like they're clear with the same flavoring as the drink that you have. So I ordered green apple boba. But when they pop, they leave that little skin thing, and that always gets stuck like at the roof of my mouth, which is kind of irritating because then I'll be trying to get it down so I can swallow it. I know that may have been too much information, but you know what? It is what it is. I hope you feel better, Sonia. I don't know what's going on, sweetheart, but whatever is going on, I hope that um you feel better. Everybody send Sonia some good energy and let her know that we are thinking about her. That's why we are here. We are here to uplift each other and, talk to each other when we have stuff that we want to talk about or, whatever. So, um, I'm about to go. I'll probably be back tomorrow because I do want to get into, oh, let me show it to you guys. Oh, it's chronic pain. Oh, okay, sweetheart. Honey, now I can tell you about some chronic pain. I do want us to get into the book of answers. So I guess you ask a question and then you just like open the book and whatever. This book has all the answers. So you just ask a question, and then you go to it and it answers. But let me tell Sonia about this whole chronic pain thing. I too suffer from chronic pain. I have a sickle cell anemia trait and psoriatic arthritis and fibromyalgia, which all of those things cause chronic pain, plus hypothyroidism. So I, suffer from chronic pain. The one thing with chronic pain is you have to um, eliminate as much stress in your life as possible, because stress uh, triggers pain all the time. So you have to eliminate stress. You have to eliminate those food triggers that cause chronic pain, like MSG, too much sodium. For me, Chinese food, I know Chinese food is a trigger for me. So I stay away from, processed food, like lunch meat, deli meats, all those kind of things are a trigger for me. So I stay away from them. So you have to figure out what your triggers are and, really try to work with eliminating those things. CBD is very good. I'm trying this brand. It's called Rove, and it's a one-to-one CBD and THC um, mix. I don't really understand that one-to-one and the ratios and stuff, and I don't really care to understand. Like, I ain't really trying to understand it, but I do get these. I use my CBD because the topical CBD does not work for me, but these do. So that is one company that I've used. Another company that I've used is Clear AF. I've used this, and these are 100 milligrams of CBD, but they do have some stronger. Now, the 100 milligrams relaxes me, but just not quite enough. And so they do have a stronger one, and I'm going to try the stronger one and see if it works. But these really do help, and I don't have to take as much um, pain medicine, because all of these pain medicines that they have on the market, Aleve, Tylenol, even not just the over the counter, but the other ones, your liver has to process all of that, and they cause constipation, and they help in one way and then cause problems in other ways. So you have to find something that really helps your pain, and meditation, yoga, light stretching helps with chronic pain also. So find something that helps you and go with that, honey. I have not tried any of the flour recently. I don't do that. I know they have pre rolls and everything, but I haven't tried the CBD flour. But I do want to. So I am going to try the CBD flour and see. Oh, okay, okay. So Dark Goddess said my daughter is having the baby tonight, right now as we speak. Oh, okay, girl. I thought she had the baby already. Okay, so we ain't had the baby yet, but the baby coming. So let us know when the baby get here. Yes. I wait. Who just said I tried the 100 milligram, the CBD gummies? Oh, I don't like edibles because you don't get the same. I don't know if it's, you don't get the same dosage, or your body just don't react the same way every time you take one. Because I know when I took it the first time, I didn't have a weird reaction, but when I took it the second time, I thought I was gonna go crazy. Oh, and it is a full moon, so make sure. So this should be a smooth delivery. They say full moon babies are easier to birth because the baby can see their way here more clearly because they have the light of the full moon to get here. So they say babies born on a full moon don't give their mother as much pain. I don't know if that's true. My baby wasn't born on a full moon, but my first child didn't, it was a long labor, but it wasn't a painfully long labor. And my second child was a painful labor. So let's pray that, she doesn't have a lot of pain and the baby just come on out, child. Come on to the world. But don't forget to put out your crystals. If you have crystals or you want to charge your tarot decks or whatever, in any of your working tools that you use, if you want to charge your crystal necklaces or your, I'm gonna put this out to charge. I actually wore this and I really did like it, even though this really doesn't, it don't really feel like resin. It feels more like plastic. But I really do think that those are real crystal um chips on the inside. Like I would really want, now I kind of want somebody to make me a real one, like someone that makes them that I know is really making it out of resin and it has like real copper um in there. But if you want to charge your crystal jewelry that you wear, your bracelets, your crystal necklaces, like today is tonight is a perfect time to do that. Like I have so many crystals. I don't think I'm going to be charging all of mine today. I don't know, I might do some. I might charge some of them. I might take my bigger ones out that I use when I meditate. I might take those out and charge those, but I know I'm not taking all these crystals out and charging them. I am really praying that when we move, we have like a sunroom because some of the houses that we've been looking at in Sacramento have like a sunroom or an enclosed porch in on the backyard. I'm really, really praying that I have that the house that we get has one of those. Because if it does, then all of my crystals I will put in the sunroom. So I won't have to worry about moving them to charge them, like taking them outside or whatever to charge them, because they'll already be in a room that doesn't, that just is screened in. So the moon will be able to actually, charge them all the time. So that's one thing that I'm praying for also. I'm not going to really buy any more crystals until, like, any really big crystals until after we move. Yeah, I didn't like the feeling that I got when I took an edible. Like, the first time I was cool, but the second time I was, like, not really hallucinating, but I was paranoid and I was scared. Like it was scary. And I didn't like that feeling. So I'm not doing that no more. Yeah, I just don't like the creams didn't the oil and cream just didn't do anything for me. Tina said the gummies I tried are full of artificial flavors, sugar and artificial coloring. Well, if they don't put sugar or something on it, you probably not gonna want to deal with it. It's probably gonna be gross. I think that's why they do that. Oh, Empress Yaya say my last baby came in 30 minutes. Girl, I wish mine had. Both of my kids really act like they didn't want to come here. How do you know it was a baby Arisha? How do you know? How do you know it was a baby Arisha and not just a, there are children who get crowned early, but they're just regular kids. You know what I mean? Like that didn't have to be a baby Arisha. The baby just arrived. She didn't have the baby. What is it? Is it a boy or a girl? Oh, I know you happy. Is it a boy or a girl? Look what we get. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow. We're gonna talk about that tomorrow, Kim, because I want is did she say it was a boy? Yeah, we're gonna talk about that tomorrow because I want to do a little bit more research because I had just heard about it before I went live. So I hadn't really got a chance to look at the story. So let me look at that first and then we'll talk about that tomorrow. Congratulations. Oh, it is a boy. Oh, congratulations. See, that full moon brought him on here. Oh, that's good. He was able to see his way clearly and he came on out. Oh, I'm glad it was a healthy baby. Yeah, that story looks crazy because there are pictures. So the police can't say that it wasn't happening. There are actual pictures of the police officers on horses hitting the Haitians with whips. So I want to read more into that story, and we are definitely going to talk about that tomorrow. So it'll probably be around this time. Um, Tomorrow, another one added to the family. We got us a baby. We got a baby. This is like the first time somebody in the group had a baby. No, somebody else that watched my channel, they had a baby too. They had a baby, I think. I think like one other person had a baby. So let me look at that tomorrow. Let me look. I'm gonna look at it today and try to get some more information so I can show y'all the pictures and stuff. There are pictures of these. Well, Obatala is the only one that um, handles children who are born defective. So that wouldn't be an Orisha per se. That would be a child of Obatala. So that wouldn't, be the Orisha. Because it's Obatala. There is a story of Obatala being drunk and making children. Um, and some of the kids had missing limbs, you know. So Obatala has a love for children that are born with birth defects because of that situation. So if the child was, um, you know, born with some type of defect, I would say that that was a child of Obatala. Yeah, but most people don't see Orisha as children, is what I'm saying. Why would or the Orisha come to you as a child when they can come to you as their self? So I'm not really understanding. Right. That's why he hates alcohol. You can't give Obatala no alcohol because of that specific story, because of what happened. So he loves, children that are born with defects, people that, adults that are born um, physically, mentally handicapped, all of those things. Those are normally Obatala's children. And he is extremely protective of children like that. That's why you make sure you don't mess with nobody that, is mentally handicapped, physically handicapped. You don't laugh at those people. That's a child of Obatala. And you just don't want to upset Obatala. Well, you don't want to upset any of the Risha, but you really don't want to upset Obatala because Obatala is the daddy. And when he gets upset, the Orishas, the other Orishas will step in like, "Oh, you made my daddy mad? You out here making my daddy mad? So I'm here." So that's something you don't want to do. It is a blessing to have a boy child born during a full moon. So I hope everything is okay. I hope that the mother is fine. So we will pick this conversation up tomorrow. We're going to, I'm going to get all the information that I can about that situation with the people from Haiti. Hopefully by tomorrow, they will, because they said it's going to be a press conference tomorrow about the Gabby situation. So hopefully by then they have found out who is Larry Hover. Who is that? Who is that? Somebody we should be talking about? Is it somebody interesting? Because I'm not sure who that is. Let me know who it is before I sign off, and I'll see if it's somebody that I want to. Yeah, I'm not sure, sweetie. And I really don't. I know some people do, but when it comes to the Orisha, I don't really put a lot of weight on dreams. 8 pounds, that's a nice sized baby. I don't put a lot of weight on dreams when it comes to the Orisha. Because if the Orisha want you to know something, if you have not had a reading, you have not been to the mat, you have not had a reading from a Babalao or a priest or something, the dreams, they don't mean anything. You don't have your lekes. You have not been officially introduced to the Orisha. Your dream is just a dream. I don't put a lot of weight into that. And I don't think you should either. You just had a dream. That's that. I don't get off into dream interpretations when I don't get into dream interpretation, period, because, not really taking them serious. Like, it's interesting sometimes to interpret dreams, but I think when the dreams come, to us about, we feel like those dreams are Orisha, like you said, it looked like a certain Orisha. That doesn't mean that it is that Orisha. That's just your interpretation. And then if that's your interpretation, then you have to interpret it the way you see fit. Because my interpretation about, people that are not non-initiates, my interpretation on non-initiates having dreams about Orisha is just you had a dream about Orisha. And that's it. I'm not, that's as far as, you know, that's as far as I would take it. Yeah, you can get downloads, but to what end? What do you do with that information? Because if you're really initiated, the things that you need to receive from the Orisha, you would be receiving them. Or those messages could be given to you from your godparent, from your Babalao, from your Oba. It's not just you having these wild dreams. Like, we're always going to have dreams. So are you going to, look at every and interpret every dream that you have? Like, your mind don't shut off. The only time you will stop dreaming is when you die. Like, we're always dreaming about something. Yeah, yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Like, she needs to interpret that and, see how it works out. Because when I say me, I mean me. I don't put a lot of stake in dreams, period. I feel like if things are going on in my life, then, spirit will let me know. And if they let me know, then I have an understanding. Like, I wouldn't expect someone else to understand something that has been downloaded into my spirit. Like, you should have enough connection. If you know it's that Orisha, you should have enough connection with that Orisha to understand what they're telling you. But the majority of people have not even been introduced to this religion enough to even have that initial connection. Gizmo, Gizmo, I know you hear me calling you. Gizmo, boy, wake up. He over there, you know how dogs, I'm talking about dreaming, and he's over there dreaming, and you know how dogs be doing like when they're dreaming? That's what he was doing. But that's his dream. That's good. If you dream, if you dream of numbers and those numbers have played, then that's good. Yeah, he getting some good sleep. It's people outside talking and everything, and Gizmo is knocked out. Like, he sleep. So, oh, did she say who that person was? Did she say who the person was? That she wanted me to talk about? Oh, hey, beautiful magic. Did she say who Larry Hover was? The leader of the gangster disciples. No, I'm not gonna be talking about that. Is that who it is? So Phoenix says, speaking of weird dreams, I had a dream about an aunt that hates me. Very next morning found out she had COVID. Maybe she don't hate you. Maybe she really don't hate you. And maybe that's her way of telling you that she don't. Maybe she really don't hate you though. And you know sometimes we have disagreements or we have issues with a relative and we really feel like that person don't like us, and there may be things about you that that person doesn't like I'm really upset with my son right now about something that he did. Now what he did I'm very upset about, and I'm very very disappointed, but I still love him. I hate what he did, but of course I still love him as a person. And I think sometimes when, we get into it with people, we just assume that they hate us. Now there may be things about you that she does not like, but you as a complete person she doesn't hate. So maybe you dreaming about her was her trying to tell you, girl, I don't hate you. What happened between us is done. Sometimes we have to, let bygones be bygones and move on. And maybe she feels like you haven't moved on and she's trying to tell you, girl, I got the Rona. Don't let me leave here with you hating me. Cause I don't want to leave here with hatred in my heart for anybody. And my family had some people in my family have did me dirty, and I don't want to leave here hating them. Now I may not be talking to them, but I don't hate them. I hate what they did, but I don't hate them specifically as people. Yeah, but even if the person, was violent to you or you know, gave you some bad vibes and stuff, you still, as a person, have to move on and not hate them. People do change. And it's okay to be indifferent. Just don't let that indifference be hate. Because people do change. And sickness will change a person. Some people just get to the point where they feel like, well, like I messed up. I shouldn't I shouldn't have, did certain things, but it may be hard for them to tell you, but inside that's how they feel. And they have moved on and they're hoping that you can move on also. So just take it as her, you know, coming by to let you know that hey, I don't hate you, and that's it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. We have been on here for 109 minutes. Um, I'm going to research the whole Haiti situation, and we're going to talk about that tomorrow because it looks like that situation is growing. You know, it's looks like it's going to be something big because I saw it on the Shade Room. So I'm pretty sure it's on Twitter. I'm gonna look on Twitter and see if I see anything about it, because Twitter will probably have more pictures than they posted on the shade room. And I'm gonna do something to these nails because they look hideous. Okay, so I love you guys. I thank you so much for being here. If anything interesting happens with the Gabby situation tonight, I'll post it on the community tab. I wish I could show you guys some of the pictures of my beautiful granddaughter, but I still have some ignorant haters. And I really don't like to post a lot of pictures of her. But if you follow me on Instagram, you can see her. She spent the weekend with us, and she is such a beautiful girl. I mean, just so sweet. I mean, she's not just pretty on the outside. She's just got a great heart. Just a sweet little girl. And we had so much fun this weekend. And so there are pictures of um, us this weekend. We went shopping and we went out to eat, and we just had a good time. That's my girl. After having, you know, raising two boys to finally get a girl, because I wanted a girl so bad, and God didn't see fit to give me one of my own, but he gave me three granddaughters. Now, two of them, um, me and their mother. It's partly my fault. Me and their mother had some words, and she has chosen to not allow me to see um, them. And you know, I just don't want to take her to court. I know I do have rights, but I just don't want to take her to court. I just don't want to, deal with that situation. So I haven't. So Amani is, my granddaughter that I give all my attention to until my other two granddaughters' mother changes her mind, or, whatever. It is, that situation is what it is. And I haven't prayed on that situation. I'm just, at a point where I just feel like eventually it will work itself out. I really do. I'm missing out on their lives. Every now and then, my son will send me pictures when she also allows him to see them, because, she kind of freaks out on him too. So, I give a lot of attention to my granddaughter because basically that's the only granddaughter I have. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping one day their mother will understand that you are taking away from the kids. Like, you are taking love from these children. You hurting them. Larry is a descendant of King James. Oh, okay. A lot of people are talking about, I guess, King James. One of his wives was black, was mixed or something. Somebody's been talking about that. It is some type of stirring around one of King James' wives being mixed. So I don't know. Yeah, we can. I'll look into it. As a matter of fact, let me write it down, because if I don't, I'll forget. Let me write his name down. What is it again? Larry what? Larry Hover? Okay, I'll look it up. Okay, I love you guys. This has been a interesting live. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you. Bye.